Hello, my name is Amy Remington, and I am General Counsel for Landrum HR. Today, we are going to do a quick video to discuss some of the most common questions we're receiving regarding COVID-19. Employers across the country are reopening their businesses and struggling to keep up with the evolving laws and the regulations regarding COVID and safety in the workplace. One of the most common questions we're receiving is whether an employer may require its employees to receive the vaccine. And the answer, according to the EEOC, is generally yes. Now, there are some exceptions. For example, if you have an employee with a disability, that employee may be entitled to an accommodation under the Americans with Disabilities Act. Also, if an employee has a sincerely held religious belief, and that sincerely held religious belief prevents the employee from receiving the vaccine, the employer has to provide an accommodation under the religious exception to the law. A second frequent question that we've received is whether employers may ask employees whether they've been diagnosed with or tested for COVID. And so the answer to this question really depends on whether the employee will be in the workplace. And what I mean by that is if you have employees who are physically present in a workplace, employers have a legitimate need to inquire as to whether they have any COVID symptoms or whether they've been tested. But if an employee is 100% remote and doesn't appear physically in the workplace, there may not be a need for that question. The EEOC guidance also contains tips that employers can use to encourage their employees to become vaccinated. For example, employers are allowed to educate their employees about COVID-19 vaccines. They can raise awareness about the vaccines. They can discuss the benefits of the vaccines, and they can address common questions that employees may have. Another frequent question that we have received is whether an employer can offer an incentive for an employee to receive the vaccine. And the EEOC has addressed this specifically. The EEOC, in its guidance, says that employers may offer incentives to employees who receive the COVID-19 vaccine. And the language that the EEOC uses regarding incentives says that the incentives can be rewards or penalties, but they may not be so substantial as to be coercive. One caution that I would offer is that if an employer maintains records regarding employees' vaccines, the employer needs to maintain those records with other medical records in a confidential manner that is separate and distinct apart from personnel files. In determining what is best for your business, I would recommend that you review the EEOC's website as well as the CDC's website and OSHA's website. All three of those websites are updated on an almost daily basis. I would also suggest that you work with your HR business partner to determine what is best for your business and your particular industry. If you have any other questions, please feel free to visit LandrumHR.com. We have blogs, we have articles, and we have webinars on all aspects of COVID and returning to work.